Hey guys, so today I'm making this video because today I honestly saw one of the weirdest things I have ever seen on YouTube. Like, no joke. Anyway, today I usually don't go on Reddit. In fact, I've never seriously looked at anything there. I hear it is a good website, and ooh, it really proved that to me today. So I was searching around on Reddit for the first time ever. I come across this thing on the home page. One thing leads to another. All of a sudden, I'm on this subreddit called like Bikini Bottom Twitter or something, and basically SpongeBob memes. And then I was about to close out of it because it started getting stale. And then all of a sudden, I go to the bottom, and I see this thing which could have potential for a good meme. Keep in mind, at this point, it's just a small little thumbnail type image, so you can't really see it. It was like Kush something. Click on it. It was like a meme of like a shell, and it was like smoking weed, yeah, that kind of stuff. And then it has a picture of I don't know if I can pull up the exact picture, but it was something along the lines of this, just this. So, yeah. So I was looking in the comments because obviously, who knows where that's from? A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's a porn parody. It's from something called SpongeBob SquareNuts." Apparently, that's a real thing. I was smart enough not to click on any of those links, and there was like 30 something comments all saying that. Then at the very bottom, you get to, this guy didn't add any words of his own, just the link, and it was a YouTube link. So I clicked on it, and what I found was the real thing. It wasn't all the other stuff everyone else was saying. This is it. It is a 45-minute video of a SpongeBob parody. Not a porn parody, just a parody. Now, luckily, I don't think this was meant to be taken seriously, because the fact that it looks like a comedy sketch show, kind of similar to Saturday Night Live in a way. Yeah, definitely not meant to be taken seriously. But instead of different individual skits, they did have different skits, but they're all based around the SpongeBob theme. And then they had musical performances, but instead of having it kind of like staged, I guess the last one was kind of staged similar to SNL, but the other ones, they just randomly break out into song. They introduce random people that aren't even like dressed as any SpongeBob characters. Then they just start going at it. Which if I was talking about the other kind of parody, that would have a whole new meaning. But yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing per se. I think I did get a good idea of what it was about because I kind of skipped through every minute or so just to see what's happening. And mainly the reason why I didn't watch the whole 45 minutes at once is because it wasn't English, it was Indonesian.
Jangan kita yang lari. Gimana kalau misalkan
So you had no idea what they were saying. You just had to go by what they were doing. It has this weird host that only shows up for like 3 different times for a couple minutes and then leaves. At the beginning, they slowly introduce every character. I have a hair in my eye. But anyway, at the beginning, they slowly introduce every character. First you have SpongeBob, then you have Patrick with this weird Doug Dimmadome type hat thing. And then they bring in Squidward, which is terrifying. Then you have Mr. Krabs, and then somewhere in the middle of the show they bring in Sandy for a couple minutes, and yeah. It is a weird experience. There are several different settings. The first one is in front of the houses, which apparently Patrick's house is a telephone booth now, not a rock. That's weird. Second one is just this city setting, which makes no sense for the setting of SpongeBob, but it's okay because those are all advertisements in the background. They need to get those sponsorships in, And those are advertisements, because I did see in the corner of the screen one time they had one of those pop-up ads advertising that it was like some sort of food. And then had a couple other minor scenes, I guess, and then the last major one was a setting of a Krusty Krab. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, it is really weird. I wasn't gonna make this video because I find a lot of weird stuff, but this is A, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and B, it is pretty obscure. It does have 15,000 views, but if you think of the whole fan base of SpongeBob and people just like really bad stuff like this, it's not very well known. I've never seen this in my life before going on Reddit for the first time ever. So thank you, Reddit, for ruining my life. So a couple other things I probably really shouldn't nitpick at, because like I said, it's not supposed to be taken seriously, so it shouldn't make that much logical sense. But I do find it a little weird how that one city scene, first of all, how they got on land in the first place. Second of all, how SpongeBob does not need the water helmet, but Sandy still needs the air helmet, even though they're in air. And actually, come to think about it, she just kept like half taking it off over and over. I don't know why. Maybe it was just so she could talk better. I mean, the guy playing Squidward literally had to do the same thing because the nose was making it possible for him to speak normally. It seemed like there were some points where he just had to take it off. Of course, I didn't know what he was saying. But another thing is that the Krusty Krab scene, all of a sudden, SpongeBob just doesn't have his costume anymore, and instead of wearing his normal costume, he's like just apparently took that off, which would be fine if it was just clothing, but his costume is literally his character, and he just exchanges that for something, work clothes that in the show they don't even wear. Because they just wear the normal clothes. I don't understand, because the guy playing Squidward has the same thing, and once again, he's different as well, because his nose is just gone. This isn't just before he just takes it off, talks, and puts it back on. No. It's just gone out of the picture. So, like I said, I shouldn't nitpick on something that's supposed to be a joke, and I'm sure it actually was maybe slightly funny if I understood the language. But yeah, this is weird, coming from my standpoint of things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this different video. It was a great video to make. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, and I should remember to put the link to the full video in the description, but if I don't, please remind me in the comments.
Yeah. Patrick. Spongebob, Bob. Sombong lu, nggak ngaca lu. Ngatain rupa gue. Aku boleh bertanya? Apa? Tadi gaya apa?
Fast dance. Ini ada cewek nih, kepalanya, tangannya di alis. Ini hidungnya di kakinya di hidung. Iya. Nih.
gemuk ya?
Iya.
Saya mau lihat lehernya dong.